is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts with day 7 of my Christmas card challenge. Today the focus is not so much on the finished card, which I have already partially assembled, but on a technique that you might not have seen before, and that is really fun. What I have done is I have cut a panel from black cardstock. I have die cut a circle out of this, which you can use for another project. I have also used the same circle die, which is this one, to cut from vellum that I have dyed myself, and I'm going to show you in a moment how I did this. And this is supposed to be the background for this bauble die cut. This is from AliExpress. I'm not linking that down below because I don't really like to advertise AliExpress products, but you can use other dies. Maybe you have another bauble die. You can also use some background dies that you cut into shape then with a circle die. This is also possible. You want just something to go in front, or you could even leave it like this if you wanted to, or put some individual like snowflake dies on this. And then I have also already cut the sentiment from the same metallic cardstock. This, by the way, metallic cardstock had some imperfections in it, and it wasn't very good to use as a background. But once you cut these little bits out, or the fine details, you can't really see the imperfections anymore. So this is a good way to use up something in your stash that's not perfect. So the circle I chose to basically fit this bauble die, so that when this sits on here, has got a nice background to it. The other thing I've already done is I have used the same vellum and put it on a piece of cardstock to act as a string here for the bauble, and I've just put this on with double-sided adhesive. Oh, I should just say the same thing about this. This is stuck down with double-sided adhesive, so no glue shines through onto the vellum here. And I've also cut from this vellum on cardstock a little bow that will go in front later. So as I said to you, the main focus today is on this fun technique. I'm going to link to a video below from Anne Melvin of Positively Papercraft, who showed me this, but I'm doing it slightly different to her, and because I'm using a bit more of the alcohol. All you need for this is some vellum. Any vellum is fine. I've got a medium thickness. Again, I'll link to that below. And you need some alcohol markers, just normal ones, any brand will do. These mine are from the works. And you need some rubbing alcohol as a spray. You could use a brush if you don't have a spray, but I prefer a spray because it makes it more fun. So all you need to do is just you apply your alcohol markers onto the vellum. I like to do it in random bits. You could do strips if you wanted to. You can mix your colors if you wanted to. I just keep them all blue. You can leave some white spaces. Just doing the middle bit. Oh, by the way, put a bit of scrap paper underneath so you don't mess up your work surface, because if this sprays a bit, you will actually get some residue and other things. Now all you need to do is spray this with the rubbing alcohol. And because these alcohol pens are reactive with alcohol, this is going to move around, and depending on how much alcohol you apply, this will sort of shift. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to lift it up too much because I don't want it to run too much. You could use a brush and move these around if you wanted to. Just demonstrate this a bit. Yeah, if you find you've got puddles somewhere, but you could just also just leave this to sit, and this needs to dry. You can see the lot of ink coming out there. And this needs to dry, and when it dries, let me just get this out of the way safely. Yeah, a piece of scrap paper to go underneath. Yeah, you will have something like this. On the side that you've applied the ink on, it's a bit shiny in places where you had really thick ink, but on the other side you get this lovely texture, which I think is really nice, and definitely nicer than shopboard vellum, which is just one colour if you buy it as coloured. So this is what I've done there with this piece here, and as I said, I've cut the circle out of this, and all I need to do now is to apply the die cut. This, by the way, is a very fine die cut, and if you struggle to get this through your die cutting machine, as a little tip, I use some packaging material like a foam stuff and lay this underneath here, put the cardstock on there and the die, and this serves like a cushion and presses the die down a bit harder, and obviously it's also a shim at the same time. And another little tip, if you've got one of these, helps to get the little bits out as well and to clean out the die afterwards. So in order to glue this down, because it's so intricate, I'm going to use some spray adhesive. If I wasn't filming this, I would have my window open now, and I also have to the side, just quickly show you, I have got a spray box, which is an old shoe box that I'm going to use. So never do this on your desk, because you will have fine glue spray everywhere. So I'm putting this to the side into my spray box, got some scrap paper underneath, and I'm very lightly spraying this all over, and then I can put it in place. I'm going to use my scrap paper to actually press it down, and that can take off any residue. There we go. If you find that you've missed out a few bits, you can use your glue pen. Just trying to find my fine one. One is always missing. Sorry about the rummaging off screen. So I'm using these two-way glues. You could also use that for the whole one, but I find whilst you're sort of applying it on the last bits, it might already be dry on the first bits you used it on. Struggling a bit here. I'll do this once I've finished filming and use my collal glue on that, I think. So I'm doing the same with this die here, just using the spray adhesive. So same thing, take your scrap paper, press it down. My spray adhesive is quite old, so it might actually not have the full sticky function. I haven't used it in a while. So all that's left to do now is attach this little bow. This, by the way, this little string and bow was an afterthought. I had originally planned to put proper string there, but then it would have had to go behind the panel, and I forgot to do that. But I thought this rescues it really. And by using the same vellum but stuck on cardstock, you actually, it ties in with the colour of the background. So, and there we go. Shiny bauble on vellum background that you have dyed yourself. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I'd be happy if you gave me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that too. Thank you very much for watching. See you tomorrow.